bends. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Washington Redskins. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Time to end it. Drop deep, drop deep.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check, check. Hey, tight, tight. 44's the mic. Mike's 44. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Monday. 53's the mic. 53. Check.
Here's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
53, ready. Check 13, check 13. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, check. Omaha, ready, move.
Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's James. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Check, 280. Check, 53 is mine. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, moving. He's moving, boys. He's moving. Safe. Switch.
Stafford on first down. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Rush in. He's checking. Crash. Showing it. Kill. Watch these alert.
Now Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Ready.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check 31. Sponge. No. Shit.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Shift. Watch the shift. 50. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. SOS. Check. Crunch. Drill right. 22.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
We ain't been 59. Go get 32. Switch gears. Shift. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Deuce.
To the air again, Stafford. This is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A huge play there for Washington. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Haskins on 1st down. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch the run.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
That's it. Lady. Mike, number 53. Mike, 40 got. Here we go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Well, if you're going to give him that kind of time, he's just going to shred you.
You might as well put a sofa out there for him. I mean, that's unbelievable because I don't care who you are in coverage. With that amount of time, someone's going to shake free, and he's going to be able to throw the ball with a whole lot of confidence.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
All right, D, let's try. All right, D. Check. 50. Check 22. Check the backer, check the backer. Check 24, check 24. Hey, check 24, check 24. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Set. Lady. 51 to Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Wide. Get wide. He's coming. We got double up. Alert. Slam. Zero. Check. Under 10. 10. 25. Check 25.
On first down, Stafford here. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A first down carry here for Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Joker. Check 9. Hey, alert 3. Check safety. Zebra. Hey. Zebra.
Now Stafford. James has got it. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Blue 60. 57. Hey, they're scared. 49. Check 49. Check 43. Switch. Watch out. Like 7. Hey, 22. Check. Hey, easy.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and drop. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
4 down. 57. Mike, 57. Big 20. Pick it up. Big edge. Check your hot read. Check 3. Hey, Red.
Throwing is Stafford. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Alert! Check! Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Slam. Hey, easy. Motion. Mike Smith. Hey. 57's Mike. Take me up. Here we go. Hatchet. Hatchet. Shoot. 40 got. 40 got.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's James. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. They do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey,
but, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said, uh-uh.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
I'm going to come back to you.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Gonna give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Smooth. 56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the slap. Monday. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Check 99. Check 99. No. Off.
Back to throw. Stafford. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
How about this offense? Already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Check 3. Nero. Middle. Undercrunch. Back. Quick to edge. Come.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Complete outright to Kurz. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a two-score game. Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. And the Redskins scoop it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away... And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To Thompson on the draw. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Mike 51.
Now Haskins, third and long. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So now on fourth down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Hopkins' kick is no good. It's wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave three out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catch.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for Detroit, and even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Let's get off the field.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Hey, Haywood. 53, ready. Here we go. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
I'm coming after you. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's go. Hey, Mike 51.
To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. 44. Mike 44. You remember me?
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike's 40. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throw left side complete. That's Quinn. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line.
A gain of 15. First down.
Haskins now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Out to the left here to Reed. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
57 Mike. Mike 57. 65. 65. Hey, exit. 57. Mike 57. Let's go. Kill. Hey, 5-0. Twist.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Ready. Yellow 20. 50 seconds to Mike. Big 20. Mike's 57.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
They don't want, fellas. They don't want. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alert! 57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm scared.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Switch.
They start the drive with Peterson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They run again with Peterson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
I smell fear in that offense. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Match up. Right. Where's the mic? I know he ain't got it.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins on the crossing route, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats. Hey, watch the left. Watch the left. Hey.
He's back to throw. To Thompson on the screen. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Haskins to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Redskins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here we go with Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Three buzz. Ball trot. 24 is the mic. Watch the pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.